ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oilfield services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robertstone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
Welcome to the castle as the Lady Knights get set to take on the Morgantown High Mohegans here in the castle in the varsity contest. Let's go to the floor now for our national anthem. Now let's get ready to meet the Mohegans from Morgantown High.
At guard, the senior, number 10, Leslie Hughes. At guard, the senior, number 21, Sydney Hodges. At forward, the senior, number 34, Jaden Lee. And at center, a sophomore, number 25, Caitlin Evans.
All right, so Seaman, Hughes, Clauges, Ammons, Leneve, the starters for Morgantown, and now the lights go down and we will meet the Lady Knights of Preston County.
At forward, a freshman, number 22, Hannah Kramer. At forward, a freshman, number 23, Leah Elliott. At forward, a sophomore, number 44, Reggie Knox. The starters, at forward, a freshman, number 30, Carson Signs. At guard, a sophomore, number 3, Michelle Thomas. At guard, a junior, number 25, Tori Burlitz. At guard, a junior, number 32, Chesney Minko. And the senior at center, number 34, Erica Myers.
All right, they store the lightsabers and turn the lights back up. And Michelle Thomas, Tori Garlitz, Carson Signs, Chesney Manco, and Erica Myers, your starters for Preston, and expect to see some help off the bench as we go here. And that's one of the keys tonight. The Knights, if they want to do well in this contest, are going to have to control the urge to throw the ball away. They're going to have to value possession, and it's going to take more than 5 Preston Knights out here. They're going to need some help from the bench this evening against this talented Morgantown Mohican squad. But we are set to jump it in the middle. Signs there going up against Caitlin Ammons. And Morgantown will control the tip. They've got first possession, and they go right to work here in the half court. Long cross-court passes and working it down to the baseline. Knights doing a good job collapsing the defense down early here. And Preston will pack it back in here in the zone. And Morgantown works it in. Gets it into Ammons. She gets a shot up on the rim. Won't fall. They kick it back outside. And number 3, Maddie Seaman. Up and good with the first 2. A long deuce. Preston faces a pretty aggressive man-to-man defense here in the half court. And Michelle Thomas trying to make some headway there. Turns, gives it back out front now. Driving from the left side.
You get in the paint, Michelle, shoot that little jumper. When you beat your...
And a whistle and a foul called. And that'll be foul number 1 for number 34, Jaden LeNave. So Carson Signs with an opportunity to put points on the board for the Knights. And she is up and good with the first. Signs got the tie up there with that second made free throw, and Morgantown now comes down, knotted at 2-2. They're looking down toward Ammons early. And they'll work it back around the perimeter. Shot from the far side. Hughes with the deuce. And at the 6.5 minute mark, it is a 4-2 score here in the Castle. Not for long, and another long deuce stepped on the line there. Nice shot on the left there for Erica Myers. And Morgantown answers with an attempt at a tray, and that one bounds high in the air, comes down. Preston driving it on the left side. And the Mohegans will commit another foul, and that is going to put Tori Garlitz on the line. Second free throw coming. And that one rims out. So Garlitz not a happy camper as she missed them both. Hustles back down defensively. Morgantown attacking the basket with abandon there. Hughes. So Ammon with her first score makes it a 6-4 contest. At the 5.5-minute mark, we get a stop in play here as that ball's poked away. And the Knights will inbound on the far side over there. Ball into Michelle Thomas, and Thomas they got it to Signs, and Signs put that one up a little bit strong on the right there. Another long shot for Ammons, and that one taken down into the hands of Michelle Thomas. She'll kick it out. Knights will work it back. Garlitz back to Myers, and Myers with the long shot. A little strong off the rim, and one of the Knights, it's going to be Carson Signs, called for a push as she jockeyed for position underneath to try and rebound that miss, and it remains a 6-4 contest as the Mohegans go back to work here. Preston staying in that zone, working hard here to collapse to the ball. Nice job getting that ball to Claudius, and second chance opportunity for Morgantown. Makes it an 8-4 contest, and Preston working hard on the offensive end now. Manco going to take the shot. Chesney Manco with the long deuce. And the Knights packing back into the zone here, trailing by 2, trying to get a stop. Good job hitting the boards by Morgantown that time, and off the miss, once again, it's Hughes on the cleanup. And back to a 4-point advantage as Preston works it to Thomas, left side of the basket. She puts up a running one-hander. So stop at the 3:35 mark, and Michelle Thomas will go to the line. Give the foul to Hughes. And that is her first personal, third team foul for Morgantown, and Thomas cannot find the net with that. Second shot on its way, bounces around, comes off. And Preston right now having a tough time at the free throw line here. Got a couple early, but they are 2 for 6 right now, I believe. Ammons with the miss, and the foul on Carson Signs, and that is number 2 for Signs. Signs will check out. Samantha Wiles will come into the contest. So the Knights give up a couple of inches in height there. 1 of 2. From the line makes it an 11-6 contest, and Preston going back to work here once again with the little bit changed lineup. Thomas has one dancing on the back of the rim, can't get it to fall. Top of the key. Just outside 3-point range.
Go, screen.
2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining as the Knights put up a 3 and get a little help. That draws it a little closer, 14-9. Knights trail by 5, not for long, as the Mohicans will come down and get 2 of those 3 back very, very quickly. Thomas inside, working down the baseline, took the pass, turned, got the contact and the foul on the floor, so Preston will inbound this under the offensive board. And they'll look to get a good entry here. And a hard foul on the inbound. So Preston once again. Garlitz with the inbound. They'll work it around, get it to Thomas. Ball up on the rim, won't go. Thomas pulling down the rebound. Knights will kick it back outside and swing this around. Manco to Garlitz, and Garlitz trying to enter the ball. Makes a bad decision, and the Mohicans come away with an unforced turnover. Clock turning at the 1:15 mark. And the score, 16-9 Morgantown. They're looking for some more to end the quarter here. Little one-hander up there, not strong enough, won't go. Myers down the near sideline, charging hard, now turns, takes it back out. Deep in the corner, Myers takes it back, getting a little motion in the offense, and she puts that one up on the rim, coming across from right to left, and laid that up there nice, and it still would not go. Michelle Thomas with a look of frustration on her face as she comes back down the court here. Knights still trail 16-9. Inside 30 seconds here we go, so Morgantown will set things up, take their time. They're looking for a final shot here in the period, and they're looking for some additional points. Haven't scored on their last couple possessions. And out front, they swing it. Back to Seaman on the point, and Morgantown down into the corner, just kisses the glass. And we come to the end of one with that shot up and in from Lexi Hughes. And so Hughes makes it an 18-9 advantage as we make the turn to second quarter. We'll be back right after these messages here on Hometown TV.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank too with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oilfield services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robertstone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
Back in the castle where the Knights are trailing 18-9 to the Morgantown High Mohegans after 1 quarter of play, and the Lady Knights a little bit frustrated at the foul line. They have not shot well. Unofficially, I have it as 2 for 8 at the line, but that's only part of the problem. They've turned the ball over a couple times unforced. Got to get, they started to get some motion back in the offense. Got to get somebody untracked that can get the ball in the basket. Michelle Thomas has handled a lot of the shooting here. Got some nice close-in looks as the Knights take the ball to start quarter number 2. She'll get untracked and find a way to make the ball drop in the net, hopefully. All right, that ball out of bounds to Morgantown off one of the Knights after a wild shot up and off the mark. And so Morgantown, Seaman on the point, runs it back down. And they face this tight 3-2 zone of Preston, and they'll continue to work the perimeter and then look for second chance opportunities. Knights had a hand on the ball for a moment, taken away, missed shot. Thomas with the rebound, hustling down the sideline there with it. And that one knocked away, knocked out of bounds, and Preston will send Chesney Manco to inbound it. And she'll get that ball in, and Tori Garlitz will work the point right now. Myers. Well, Preston has just not been able to find the shooting touch here in the first half. We get a block and I believe a foul called. Castle Crazies across the way didn't like it. Fans didn't like that it was a late whistle. Thought the official had to make up his mind whether it was a foul or not. Now that'll be the first foul on Erica Myers for Preston. 3 team fouls for the Knights, 4 for the Mohegans. And 20 points on the board for Morgantown now, 20-9 Preston. Yet to score here in this second period as the clock winds down toward the 6.5-minute mark. Knights are a little more in control right now, and I like the tempo that they're going at here. Ball out, fight for that, and last touched apparently, I think, by Michelle Thomas deep down there in the corner. And Morgantown will get another scoring opportunity here as they set the offense. Seaman down the right wing. They go to Ammons, back out around the front. And the point guard will take the shot here, rims it out. Big rebound by Erica Myers for Preston, and the Knights back on the attack now. Manco to Garlitz, and Garlitz will drive, dish that ball down inside, and my goodness, good, wide open shot for Carson Sines, and she can't get it to fall. All right, the shot up and missed. And Sydney Clauges commits the foul, giving Preston possession of the ball after the miss on the long three. Michelle Thomas will take a break. Isabella Stahl down to the scorer's table, checking in and running out to the court. And we saw solid play from Izzy in the JV contest. First time in a long time that the Lady Knight JV has come out on top of a contest against the Mohegans, and they did so in fine fashion. And a lot of that effort was keyed by Stahl in the early contest tonight. So we'll see if she reserved a little bit of that magic here. And the talented freshman set to inbound it here now. And Preston will put it in the hands of Tori Garlitz, and they'll come up and meet her at half court. Myers spins. Pass outside, a little bit lazy, got taken away. Morgantown tried to get into a transition groove there, and that didn't work out too well. The pass intended for Clauges, too high, and she's tall and got long arms, so when we say too high, way off the mark. And out of bounds, Preston gets a good open look down inside for Carson Sines, and Sines will score it. And the Knights at the 4:57 mark will make it 20-11.
Where's the body on that? Hey, there's contact in there.
Thomas will check back into the lineup. Thomas in there now, along with Stahl. Blocked by Myers, and then another second chance opportunity. Up and in for the Morgantown High Mohegans. At 22-11, largest lead of the evening here for Morgantown, and they're looking for more. And they'll swing that one to Lexi Hughes, and Hughes. Another long deuce, 24-11. And Sines knocked to the court. Official calls a travel, giving the ball back to the Knights, and there's 3.5 minutes remaining in first half action here, as Preston needs to adjust the tempo a little bit. Not get so out of control. Can't get into a run and gun contest with this Morgantown squad. They are way too good at that game. Morgantown will now send Britt Johnson checking into the lineup, and she will face up against Michelle Thomas and chase her all over the court. Knights with it now in the hands of Thomas, swings it to Signs down in the corner, back out front. Izzy Stahl with it. She's going to drive. Right wing, Signs. A bounce and up and in. She got a friendly bounce on the iron that time, and maybe the Knights are starting to find the shooting touch here at the 3-minute mark of the first half. Seaman turns, takes some instruction from the bench, puts the offense in gear here. And that one kicked out of bounds there by one of the Knights, and the Mohicans are going to take a 30-second timeout. With the score 24-13, they want to talk things over here. And the Lady Knights are going to huddle and do the same. Now, Preston got off to a pretty good start tempo-wise in this contest, and they played their own game throughout much of the first period, but when Morgantown started to turn up the pressure defensively a little bit, they also started to turn up the speed on the offensive end. And Preston tried to run with that a little, and that was not a good idea. So Morgantown now under the offensive glass. No, they'll take it out on the side. So from the side, they give it to Seaman, and she'll work the point here. Swings it to Ammons and then back. So they'll work it side to side here. Look for an open shot. That one rimming in and out, but Morgantown comes away with the rebound here. They'll try again. 2 misses, ball battled for, brought down out of there by Carson Signs, and Signs Myers to Isabella Stahl, and they set the offense on Preston's end now, as Tori Garlich will back out high with the ball here, dribbling and taking a look at the motion of the Knight offense. Works it to Signs, and Signs with a nice soft shot, just a little short. One and done. Morgantown. They got it to Seaman. She was driving, tried to pass that, skip it down the baseline. Probably should have just gone ahead, taken the shot, but she characteristically, unselfishly tried to pass that to a teammate. And this time she will come down guarded by Izzy Stahl, and Stahl leans into it a little bit. May have gotten away with some contact there, no foul called. And the desired result for the Knights, they have to, Morgantown has to back it back out, reset the offense, and a close miss gives Preston the ball. Michelle Thomas driving all the way down, and that's normally money in the bank, and she puts it up and it bricks off the side of the iron. All right, out of bounds over the end line here, and the Morgantown coaching staff not happy, vociferously communicating with the officials here. And the Mohicans, as we go inside a minute here now, will work once again. See if they can put additional points on the board. 24-13. Preston trailing, would like to get this ball back unmolested and at least get one attempt before the end of the half. Not to be. And there's a long attempt at a 3 and a make. I believe that was Leneve that had that one. Manco Good looking shot, but again, off the mark. The three does not fall, and Morgantown now inside 10 seconds. They'll look for something here. Running out of time, they swing it left, ball up. It's an air ball into the hands of Carson Signs, and we come to the end of the first half. So at halftime, Preston struggling a little, 27-13 against the Morgantown Mohegans, who are putting on a pretty good shooting show here in the castle. But the Lady Knights not done yet. They'll be back after making some halftime adjustments. We'll be back after these messages with second half action. Preston Knight varsity basketball here on Hometown TV.
Ed B, do you know why I stopped you? Well, your sticker is dead, wires are coming out of your tires, and I heard your brakes squealing from way back yonder. You need to get to the tar ladies, get in alignment, get the brakes put on this thing, get it inspected, and while you're there, you might as well get your oil changed. And if you don't, next time I see you, you're getting a ticket. Barney, put that bullet away.
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Become part of the family at Preston Family Pharmacy. It's not just their name, it's their philosophy. They treat you like family.
Whether you've just left the hospital or a routine checkup, make Preston Family Pharmacy your neighborhood pharmacy your next stop. The friendly professional staff at Preston Family Pharmacy will make sure that you get the time and attention you deserve for all your pharmacy needs. Preston Family Pharmacy is currently accepting all patients.
Preston Family Pharmacy, Route 7 across from Walmart, Kingwood. They'll take care of you like family.
Happy New Year! Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
We are back in the castle, and halftime just about coming to an end here in a few seconds. We are getting set, as are the Lady Knights, to get things rolling here in the third period of this one. Preston trailing 27-13, hopefully can make some adjustments and make the same kind of comeback that they did against RC Bird on the road back on Monday evening. They did a real nice job there, coming from 8 or 9 down in the fourth quarter and bringing home the win. Preston with the ball to start, and Tori Garlitz will dribble in here, take a look at the Morgantown defenders, and Preston back to work. Michelle Thomas with a drive, kicks that ball out, and Garlitz will take it back. Carson Signs, nice drive, spins to the basket, puts up the one-hander over the rim, won't go. Morgantown off and running. And the Mohegans start quickly where they left off with 2. They want to go with a fast up-tempo transition game here. Preston needs to relax, slow it down a little bit, value possession of the ball. Got to get a couple good shots, and they need some help around the rim here. And again, one and done for the Knights, and Seaman calling out. And a nice spin move underneath that time. And we get a stop and a timeout called at the 6:39 mark here. Coach Brian Miller has seen all he wants to see. 31-13. he takes the 30-second timeout to try and calm his troops down, and is imploring them to get things back under control here. Lady Knights know what they have to do in this situation, but they desperately need some additional help around the basket, especially on the offensive end. They can't have a lot of one-shot misses and easy run-outs for Morgantown. It sets up way too much the fast transition that Morgantown thrives on. We go inside 6.5 as Seaman brings it over half court. And the Knights pack that zone back in, trying to deny an easy entry. Ammons with a nice layup over the front of the rim, and just that quick, it's 33-13, and Preston looking to score here now. Manco working out front, gets it back to Thomas. Michelle Thomas drives, contact, whistle, and a foul will send Michelle Thomas. That's on the floor, so not in the act of shooting. So Thomas out front. They get that ball in quickly. Foul on number 34. Leneve picks up personal foul number 2 with a push on Carson Signs. And Preston just does beat the time in. Signs drives, puts it up, has it blocked. And contact made there. And let's see who picks this up for Morgantown. That will be Maddie Seaman, who picks up her 3rd personal. Preston has struggled mightily at the line here this evening. So 1 of 2. All right, Morgantown down the baseline, little hesitation move there, and the ball up short on the rim. And Preston with an opportunity here after that stop, see if they can get some points, draw a little closer. Manco, running shot across the lane, puts it up, right of the rim, won't drop. And Morgantown gets it in gear very quickly. They're not slow this time. They go at a fast tempo down court. And somebody put the ball down on the baseline. Might have been Claudius. Myers tried to get it to a cutting Lady Knight on the baseline, and Morgantown takes advantage, runs it back down the other way, up and in for 2. All right, back to Signs in the corner go the Knights, and she is just a little long with that shot. Mohegans going quickly. Little reverse shot there. Dribbles across the rim and out. Morgantown, one and done. Preston back on the attack. Tori Garlitz looking, directing traffic. Needs some place to put that ball. Manco, and finally, with not much motion going on in the offense, the call comes from the sideline for the timeout. The timeout coming at the 3:37 mark and giving Preston a full timeout here, says the official, to talk things over. Once again, we want to thank the sponsors who have aided us all season long in bringing you Preston Knight varsity basketball here on Hometown TV. Your local link to the Knights and all things here in Preston County that are fun to watch, especially on a winter's day or weekend when you're stuck in the cabin. And we hope we've been able to entertain you with some of that. As we have battled a couple technical issues of our own, but we get you caught up on the sights and sounds of Preston varsity basketball, both the boys and the girls, as this regular season winds down toward a close. Now the ladies have but one more home match, and that is a makeup game with Lincoln coming up in just 24 hours. They haven't had a lot of practice time. I had that game at RCB, came away with a great come from behind victory. Thought they would get a good practice in before this contest, and lo and behold, no school. So that went down the tubes, and then they come in today back in class and anxious to get back on the floor. Preston trying to enter that ball down low. Could not get it to Heather Kramer. And Morgantown pokes that ball away. Kramer just checking into the lineup for Preston here in that last timeout. A lot of pushing and shoving inside their contact, but no whistle. And Morgantown will work quickly into the middle and up on the rim and dancing around, and another big basket for Morgantown High. Caitlin Ammons having a nice night here in the castle. Give the foul to Ammons, and that is her first personal. Preston looking, gets it into Thomas. She got a look in close, couldn't make it fall, and off and running back the other way. And you know, the night has been a good one for Lexi Hughes. Just 2.5 to go in the third quarter here. And Morgantown 39-14 the score. Preston unable to do anything significant offensively here. Erica Myers with a good look at a three and a rebound, and Michelle Thomas on the putback will be fouled. And so now Thomas goes to the line with 2 free throws coming. 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the big board. Just a little bit strong. Thomas has that one off the back iron, high in the air and out. Second one on the way for Michelle, and that one bounces high and goes in. So she got the friendly bounce on the second free throw, and Preston has 15 now as we come down to the 2-minute mark. Morgantown try to enter that ball in. Preston gets a stop. Garlitz with the takeaway. Now she's going to drive, kick that ball out. Erica Myers out on the wing there. Couldn't quite get control of it. Now it's finally slapped at by Ammon, stolen away. Or check that. Carrington Peacock for Morgantown. And Myers, in frustration, commits her second personal. Just the first team foul for Preston. Claudia's second one on the way, and she is good for 1 of 2 and the 40th point here for the Mohegans on the evening. Clock winding down toward the minute mark as Garlitz on the dribble looks for some help. Needs somewhere to go with that ball. Gets it to Signs. Carson Signs sends it back out front. A lot of slapping and smacking around at the ball there. And here comes none other than Lexi Hughes. And that was Jones with the free throws. Jones with the free throws for Morgantown. Thomas kicks it back out front. And whistle on the third attempt as Thomas put that one back up. She gets the contact and the foul with 36 seconds remaining on the clock. And that will be the third foul for Lexi Hughes, number 10. Thomas with the make, one more coming. It is in and out, and Morgantown is up with the ball and running quickly. Jones runs it in down the right side. They kick it around and on the left. Number 23 for Morgantown, a long deuce for Hannah Young. So Young making her presence felt here quickly as she just got in the contest for the first time. (45-17), and Thomas fires the second one up, nearly tracked down the loose ball, couldn't quite get to it in time, and Morgantown gives it to Jones, fires it across court, and they're going to try to just have some fun working that ball around to open players and getting as many shots up as they can. All right, Morgantown is going to take the timeout with 1 second remaining. They take the 30-second timeout, and the Knights will come down and huddle. and talk things over. 45-17. Not too bad a defensive effort actually by Preston here tonight, but they haven't been able to match it on the other end of the floor. They just have not been able to get shots to fall, even when they've had good open looks in close. It has been a tough night offensively for the Lady Knights. 1 second to go on the big board here in this third period. And this is just going to be kind of put it up there and hope somebody can tip it and it falls in. Well, got the shot up from the baseline, deep in the corner down there, wouldn't go. And we come to the end of three. It remains 45-17 as we break here for these messages. And we will be back with fourth quarter action. The Knights and the Mohegans right after this.
ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oilfield services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robertstone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery. From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
Back in Kingwood for one more quarter of action as the Lady Knights take the floor here with 8 minutes remaining in regulation and trailing 45-17 to a pretty good Morgantown High Mohegan squad that has come in here and taken full advantage of any mistakes that the Preston Knights have made here on the evening and turned them into points. Ball on the floor, and we get a tie up down there as Thomas drops down quickly. But on the alternate possession, that's going to belong to the Mohegans. Seven and a half minutes as Morgantown works this. And down on the baseline there, shot by Jones up. Off the mark, and it's Michelle Thomas controlling the ball off that miss, runs it down, gives it to Erica Myers, and Myers leaning back, getting some contact over there with no call. Preston working to advance that ball. And the official calls a 5-second penalty. Tori Garlitz will come in relief of Erica Myers. And Preston, with the clock winding now inside 7 minutes, get a takeaway. Thomas, no quit for her, and that layup inexplicably. She short arms it. Michelle Thomas has made that shot 1,000 times. And I'm laughing a little bit because it's just so inexplicable that she missed that. Tried to get that to Carson Signs, and it came in a little high over her head. She goes up, couldn't quite get her hand on the ball, and Morgantown will take that turnover and head back the other way. Right now, we're still waiting for the first score of the fourth period here. And now Morgantown is going to take a timeout called in from the bench as they want some adjustments. Definitely not happy with the progress that they're making here in this final period. And so they take a full timeout. And for Preston, really not a lot to talk about in the huddle right now. Just got to go out there and keep doing what you know how to do and try to overcome where you can. But Morgantown firmly in control here, despite the lack of scoring on their part in the fourth period. The Mohegans with, I dare to say, a fairly insurmountable lead at 45-17, the way things have been going here on the evening. All right, Morgantown will inbound it under the offensive board. And in comes the ball. They send it all the way back out front, put it in the hands of Maddie Seaman, and she runs the point here. Inside to Claudius, and she will flip it to Ammons, and Ammons will go up and put in the basket for number 47 here. Morgantown has been running the man-to-man defense all evening and sees no reason to stop right now, and Preston has struggled against it. Knights will have that ball, and the inbound going to Manco, and she's going to put one up just a little bit off to the right and get a trip to the free throw line. 8th team foul of the half against Morgantown. Manco breaks the scoring drought for Preston. Hughes with her 4th personal, putting Manco on the line. One more time here, and that one's up and good for the Knights' 19th point. Knights are going to make some wholesale substitutions now for the final 5 minutes and change. And one of those is Isabella Stahl, checking into the lineup here, the talented freshman. Kinsey Manco in the lineup for the Knights. Natalie Ammons in there as well. Stahl picks up her first personal and team foul number 3 for Preston in the half. And a nice little turnaround there, and that's going to drop. Basket is good, says the official. And LeNave at the line for the and one. And she didn't draw iron with that, so the ball not touching goes over to Preston. Stahl working it, and my word, Morgantown has dropped into a zone for about the first time this evening. Shot up and in for Preston. That one made by Natalie Ammons. And that's one of the rare second chance opportunities that the Knights have been able to convert here in this second half. Four minutes and 6 seconds on the clock. And Reagan Knott is going to check in for Preston, and Morgantown sends that ball out to Siemens, and the coach is going to wave at her and tell her, take a little time here. Be a little more deliberate on the offense. And she may be the only starter left on the floor for Morgantown at this point. Some of the numbers a little difficult to see on the dark jerseys here.
Hey, Natalie, everybody match up.
And there's a 3 up and made. And Anna Young scored that one for Morgantown. Elliott over on the right, and Leah has a hard time catching up to the ball over there, and it trickles out of bounds off her fingertips. Down by the end of the night bench, Morgantown takes it over once again. It'll be Seaman bringing it up, running the offense here for Morgantown, and she will drive all the way in, and it's a rare drive for her, and she can't get it quite up to the rim there, but she'll get the contact and the foul coming, and the foul on Knotts. Her first personal, and a little bit strong for Maddie Seaman. So she goes 1 of 2. And the Mohegans have 52 now. So 52-21 Preston. Stahl out high here with the ball. Will take a turn at running the offense, drives it, couple steps into the paint, kicks it out. And a nice drive that ends with a block for Natalie Ammons there. She was putting on a pretty good show there, twisting and turning, making progress to the basket. And that one got swatted out of bounds. Ammons back to Stahl. Over in the corner deep they go to Knotts. And the Knight bench working hard here to try and move this ball into scoring position, and Morgantown will commit the personal. And that was Seaman with her fourth personal of the evening. All right, 23 now for the Knights. Not enough second half scoring, but at least some of these reserves coming in off the bench have been able to get it untracked and produce some offense here in the late going for Preston. Jones with a nice drive on the left side there, and an acrobatic move puts it up and in for Morgantown's 54th point. Stahl going to drive down the lane, turn, kick it back out front for a three. So a big three for Elliott, and Preston not going away here, not quitting by any means. Stahl, the near takeaway there. And the official says last touched by Lexi Hughes for Morgantown. So Preston successfully gets that ball away as Stahl comes out aggressive on defense. And now turnabout fair play at the 122 mark. Give the Mohicans credit where it's due. They've put on a good performance here tonight. Mishandled. Ball gets loose there, comes down in the hands of Stahl. She'll run the offense. And now driving it down, they look for a shot out there from Elliott. Second time around, and that is up and in, and that's another three for Elliott. And that makes it 54-29. As we go into the final 40 seconds here of this one. And Seaman backing it back out here. Hughes to Jones, and they're just going to bleed the clock down here now. As the Knights put on a little bit of pressure. .8 seconds remaining as the Knights commit team foul number 7, and the front end of the 1-and-1 is good. Give the foul to Leah Elliott, and Brett Johnson with the miss. And the rebound is slapped away, last touched by one of the Knights. And Morgantown now will work this ball to Seaman, and we get a whistle. And at the 10.5 second mark, Knights will inbound it. Isabella Stahl will run it up here, kick it right, long shot up, and Natalie Ammons unable to can that one, and 0.3 of a second on the clock, and Morgantown is going to inbound it, and that will be all she wrote. So we come to the end of this one. It is a 55-29 disappointment in the Castle, and I say disappointment because the Knights just never could quite get untracked, and it's a little disappointing after the big win they scored up at RCB come from behind, but weather conspired to keep them off the practice floor, and I think that had some to do with it. Nonetheless, a hot shooting Morgantown Mohican squad a lot more to do with it. So we thank you for tuning in to Preston Night basketball here. Varsity ball, the Lady Knights tonight. They have one more home game coming up, and that is tomorrow evening, a makeup against Lincoln on Valentine's Day. The boys will travel early Saturday down the road a ways and play their final road game of the season, and then a couple of tough foes coming in next week. We'll see Fairmont Senior, the defending AA state champs, and University High to wind up the regular season for the boys, and we'll be there for those contests. We hope you will too here on Hometown TV. I'm Steve Blake for Denise Blake, and all the folks back at the office. We say thank you very much for tuning in. See you when we see you next on Hometown TV.